ratio with which we are interested is what is called the activity ratios. What is this activity ratios? These activity ratios refer to inventory turnover. What does inventory turnover mean? It means when compared to industry averages, an indication of whether the company has excess or inadequate inventory of finished goods. In an organization, you should not be producing to stock. An organization's aim should be to produce to sell, not to keep on stocking the finished goods for an undesirable extent of time. What is this undesirable extent of time? Many times, if you look at a company like Toyota, this organization was the first in the world to bring in the concept of just-in-time inventory, that is the JIT. The Japanese terminology for this is what is called the Kanban. What does this entail? It entailed that suppose you want to produce a car. If you looked at the Toyota production line, at the end of the day, there would be nothing in the inventory lineup, that is nothing in work in process inventory. This whole assembly would start in the morning, and at the end of the day, your engine for the car would be assembled through this production line. So all this was done in such a wonderfully automated manner. You start producing these engine parts and assembling it one after the other from the morning. At the end of the day, the assembly line comes out with the finished engine. So this was the way this just-in-time inventory used to be operated and still is in operation in most of these organizations, especially the Toyota or the Honda, and in our own case, even the TVS. The second ratio that you are going to look at is what is called the fixed assets turnover. What is this fixed assets turnover? It gives a measure of the sales productivity and utilization of the plant and equipment. You put a lot of money into your fixed assets. How is this being used? What is the type of turnover you are getting for this? So this is calculated by the sales revenue divided by the fixed assets. So find out what is the sales revenue for the period and divide it by the fixed assets. You get this ratio of fixed assets turnover. What is this total assets turnover? In addition to these fixed assets, there might be so many other types of assets which an organization might be using. It gives a measure of the utilization of the firm's assets. A ratio below the industry average indicates the company is not generating enough sales or business growth given the size of the assets investment. So you might be a large industry, and that large industry's business growth that might be below average compared to the industry average. Normally a market growth rate of 10% and above with respect to any unit is considered to be good. Suppose it falls below that 10%, then questions keep on getting asked why it is coming below this 10%. So take any particular year. Suppose you were at 100 in the previous year. You should be able to produce at least 110. That market growth rate where you are operating, if it is not able to accommodate this additional 10, then you are basically operating in a market where the growth rate is below average. Anything above this 10% is considered to be a good, attractive market for an organization to operate. The fourth ratio which you are getting is what is called the accounts receivables turnover. What is this accounts receivables turnover? It gives a measure of the average length of time it takes the firm to the sales made on credit. Suppose you make all your sales only on credit, then it is disastrous for an organization. So that credit fellow may not give the credit at all to the organization. This is also happening in most of the cases. Not able to realize the credit. Now, how do you overcome this type of a situation? You must put a ceiling on this collection period. That is, you must give what is the type of maximum period by which this credit has to be replenished by the person who has taken these sales. So for example, if you looked at the types of accounts receivables for HMT watches, many times it used to beat the imagination. Why did this organization give this much credit to the buyers? Could it not have reduced this time? These were the questions which an observer would ask. But the organization used to come with the answer that the business was in trying times, the competition was becoming very intense, so they had no other option other than to extend this credit time. But many times this could prove to be detrimental to an organization. In fact, it proved to be detrimental to HMT watches also. Now look at the main competitor for HMT, that is the Titan. If you look at Titan, it will not give you many times a credit beyond 1 month. So if you lift the goods within 1 month, that money has to go to the organization. Suppose you don't give that within a month, then the second consignment of the goods from the company not going to come to you. In other words, they have a better control over the accounts receivables. The next ratio which you should look at with respect to activity is what is called the average collection period. If your collection period keeps on increasing, it affects the health of the organization. So you should put an outer limit. Beyond this, we are not going to extend credit. What does that mean? It means that your production line will not produce to stock. So your production line, you are operating in such a manner that whatever is the products, the quantity of the products produced, you are trying to realize the revenue in the minimum possible period. But depending on the organization, an industry average collection period will also be there. Many times the industry averages hover between 1 to 3 months. They say don't give more than 3 months period. Suppose you are forced to give more than 3 months because of the situation in which you are operating, then it can be a weakness on the part of the organization. That is one of the reasons why it is always mentioned, keep on doing SWOT analysis. That is, a SWOT analysis is a continuous process. It is not that you did this month and I can keep quiet for a long period. No, it is a continuous process. You keep on doing it this month, next month. How are we really in the marketplace? Then the next type of ratio that you are going to look at is what is called the liquidity ratios. What is this liquidity ratios? 3 types of ratios are there with respect to liquidity. One is the current ratio. Current ratio is calculated by the current assets divided by the current liabilities, that is CA divided by CL. What does it tell you? It gives you the extent to which the claims of the short-term creditors are covered by the assets that are expected to be converted to cash in a very short notice. So you can suppose your current assets creditor wants money. You are in a position to service that asset, these current assets, in a very short period of time. You can tell him, look, take this money. In other words, what does it tell you? That is, the organization's liquidity position is good. If the organization's liquidity position is good, it is always healthy for the organization.